Why, hello everybody, it is I, Le Garçon de Ash. And today, I'm going to be doing another fan request, because I haven't done a fan request in a long time, because as you know, my account has basically been flooded with Yandere Simulator videos. However, I'm going to be taking a hiatus from the Yandere Simulator and do a bunch of other videos. So I've got a fan request by someone on Discord by the name of Resh. And as you can see here, he says, react to the end credit scene with Fifi, then talk about what's happening to Fifi with the singing and blah blah blah. In case you were wondering, because it was a Discord request, he wants me to react to the scene with Fifi in the fourth Shrek movie, the credit scene. Yes, I know I've already done that, but he wants me to go into more detail, because he likes my detail. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So let's start by going to the Shrek 4 end credits. And here we go. He wants to see the Fifi scene in the end credits. So when does the Fifi scene happen? No, not there. Where does it happen? I'm just going to cut the Fifi scene and then... The Fifi, because the non-Fifi scene is really important. Anything that isn't Fifi isn't really important here. So I'm just going to cut straight to that scene. Right here. So, right here. Here's what happens. So as you know, she hits the high note, causing Fifi to go shablooey. And as you can see, Rumple's not very happy. So, what's happening to Fifi with the singing? Because he wants me to also talk about what's happening to Fifi. So, let's cut back to the scene. So it starts with Fifi, Rumple's pet, I think it's a goose. It might not be a goose, but I'm pretty sure it's a goose. Tries to snap at the bluebird, which is a reminiscent to the first Shrek movie. And then as you can see, both Fifi and the bluebird are inflating. But as you can see, the bird doesn't look overly frightened, but Fifi looks very frightened with its mouth open, most likely trying to squawk but can't. And what I think is happening, because originally I thought it was air, but the thing is, like a balloon, air would make you lighter. So what I think is it's like rattling Fifi's insides, like kind of like you know that trope where if someone sings, it causes glass to vibrate and shatter, kind of like that. But in this case, it's a bird. So on the inside's filling up with like fluids and like that. Basically, that's what happened. And as you can see, if we go into specifics about like how big Fifi got, take a look at this. Notice how at first Fifi starts to where Shrek's window is. Oh wait, not the door, Shrek's door is. But then he grows almost about the size of the door. And of course Shrek's door might be different, but if we go Google door width, an average door width is 36 inches, as you can see here. Well, I doubt Shrek's door is that exact, but if it is, let's say Fifi got a little more than 36 inches, maybe 37 or 38 higher. However, considering the fact that he went both ways, he probably doubled 36, so if we go 36 times 2, 72 inches most likely. So that's the first part we have to say about Fifi. Now let's go to the second part. The second part about what... Okay, so that's my estimation. And now I already talked about the beak and the wings. And then... Now, the last thing Resh wanted me to tell you, well, not you, but him, you, the viewer, blah, 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 is if Fifi deserved it. Because as you know, Fifi went kablooey, and then as you can see... The only one that seemed bothered is Rumple, because as you can see in this scene, Rumple tries to get them to stop by quickly rubbing out like oh my precious Fifi, like he raises his arms out, but then he gets covered by the feathers, and as you can see the legs are smoking just like the bluebird in the first movie. And now here's the thing, did Fifi deserve it? In my opinion, not really. Because look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. Fifi is the only antagonistic animal in the series. All the others were humans. For example, in the first movie, Lord Farquaad, human. Second movie, the fairy godmother, who was somewhat and not as antagonistic as Farquaad, but slightly, human. But no, she was a fairy, so she wasn't 100% human, but still not an animal. Third movie, Prince Charming, human. And then this is the fourth one, Rumple, human. I think he's a human, and Fifi. However, all the others, which are mean for their own reasons, like Farquaad wanted to steal Fiona. The Fairy Godmother wanted Fiona to marry Charming. Prince Charming wanted to kill Shrek to become king, but Fifi was only mean because of Rumple. Like, let's imagine if Fifi decided to just wasn't Rumple's pet. Let's say Fifi was just a wild goose. If Fifi was a wild goose, he would be, I'm assuming, normal. And also, he doesn't really. Another thing is Fifi doesn't. Has only helped Rumple maybe a few times, such as pulling his trailer, harassing the pigs, and providing the feathers for those magical contracts. Even though I don't think the feathers were really willingly, he probably just forcefully did it. So if anything, he didn't really do anything. So I don't get why Fiona decided to hit the high note and kablooey him. Most likely because they just wanted him to show some karma, like, this is what you get. Which is also partially probably why the Pied Piper did the flute. Both of them are their friends turning against them. However, this happens mostly in kids' movies where there's a villain assistant who something happens in the movie where they decide they all want to be good, but one still wants to be evil. In this case, it's Rumple, with the Pied Piper being the assistant and stuff. So that's why I personally say Fifi did not deserve to be exploded. What they should have done is did the Fifi's now with the good guys kind of thing, kind of like what they did with the Pied Piper. That is what they should have done. Let's see, anything else I have to talk about? What else can I talk about? So I have to agree with, because as you know, because on Discord, Resh was saying did Fifi really deserve it? And I did, because Fifi's the only misunderstood villain out of all of them. All the others were villains intentionally. Fifi was not an intentional villain, if you know what I mean. Let's see, were there any other unintentional villains? Well, Prince Charming maybe, because I wonder if the Fairy Godmother wasn't involved. Like, if there wasn't the thing with the prince and the prince and the thing, with the prince and the king and Fiona and stuff, would he still want to kill Shrek? Probably not. So that one's somewhat confusing, but Fifi's like a certain unjustified villain. So Fifi didn't deserve it. That's what I have to say. So that's all my video. Toodaloo, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time I do a video. And please keep the fan requests coming. I need more fan requests.